So for example, the monkey named Petra who had the bloody hole in her head, she was discovered by a federal investigator who said this monkey is clearly slowly dying and she can barely even talk and move. You know, she's bleeding out of her head, and when she checked the chart, the last surgical procedure that had been done to her was 2 years ago. So it had been 2 years of suffering. So do you have any thoughts on any of that? Does that sound like UCSF is a leader in animal care?
No, and they claim to be?
Yeah. They claim on their website, they just made a press release talking about how we're leaders in animal care. What do you think of that?
I think it's wrong if it's happening. Yeah, that's really it's really hard to hear that stuff like that's happening with some of these hospitals and probably a lot of other places too.
Yeah. Had you heard anything about what's happening inside these labs?
Not with UCSF, but we heard about Chipotle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where did you hear about Chipotle?
Just the two ladies we were talking about right now.
Okay, wonderful. Who did you talk to?
No, there was two ladies inside. We were eating lunch in there.
Oh, really?
And they told us how Chipotle advertises that they have that they're humanely killing animals and farm raising them, but they're not doing that. They're corporately buying the same meat, the meat the same place McDonald's buys it.
Yeah, that's true. Where did you hear that from? That's another campaign we do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so I'm just surprised you heard
the lady in there, she said her son is a organic farmer.
Okay.
So she knows about. And then there was another lady that worked at Chipotle.
Okay, and she was saying the same thing.
Yeah, she said she used to work there. That when they were a smaller business,
Yeah.
that they did buy from organic farms, and they did it humanely. But now that they grew so big and so fast, they're buying it corporately now, just like McDonald's, and they're buying it from the same place just to mass feed the people.
Yeah, well, they're the third largest publicly traded restaurant company in the world, but they claim to be like a little mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
But UCSF is doing the same thing. I mean, on their website they talk about how we care about our animals, we make sure they all have good lives, yet even federal investigators are finding them tens of thousands of dollars. You know, the federal government doesn't have any interest in animal rights. They're not animal rights activists. This is the federal government who's saying that they're engaged in violent and brutal acts against animals. How does that make you feel?
It doesn't make me feel good because I'm an animal lover.
Yeah.
And I think it's wrong for anybody to do that to any kind of animal.
Yeah. So do you have any companion animals at home?
I have a little
Dog or
poodle,
cat? Oh.
Little dog, yeah.
Okay.
And I love her, yeah. And my father-in-law has 2 dogs.
We got 2 dogs, and me and my wife love them dearly. I wouldn't want to dare see anything happen.
Yeah. And so
Think of anything.
UCSF has dozens and dozens of dogs in this facility who are going through torturous experiments. Experiments that if they happened on this street, everyone would say this is criminal behavior. But for some reason it happens inside of a laboratory, behind closed doors, and it's out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah.
So how does that make you feel? What do you think about that? People doing terrible things to dogs like that.
It's inhumane.
Yeah, it's not right.
It's not right.
It's not right. So I would like to support you by writing the emails and doing that stuff. Do you have something I can...
Yeah, I'll grab one for you right now.